Hello, welcome. New year, new series. We're going to have lots of fun this year. Hello, welcome to the 2014 GPVWC Career Ladders Formula Challenge. Woo! We are live today from Australia, Melbourne for the first race of the 2014 season. Not only just in Formula Challenge, but Super League Career Ladder itself. We have got the Open Series going on at just a moment. I think we have 9 drivers there today, so not a bad turnout for our little series to show to everyone else what they can do. So, for example, Formula Challenge, obviously, Super Cup, Super League, our Career Ladder series, and then we will have the Open Series as well, which is to prove everyone, look what I can do, sign me, woohoo! I am not alone today. My name's Tom Parker. I have 2 beautiful people with me today. I have Cameron Brewster.
Evening, everybody.
And Thomas Jacobs.
Hello, everyone.
So, boys, looking forward to it?
Looking forward is probably the wrong thing to say. A bit worried, based off experiences from last year, but I'm sure everybody will put on a good show, and I'm looking forward to seeing who the movers and shakers are.
And yourself, Tom?
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see because, you know, new year and there have been some changes to the car to make it a little bit more stable. But we mustn't forget that last year there was a big Harlem shake in the first race, so that could happen again here.
Thankfully,
Especially with new
this
people
year,
joining.
thankfully we have got launch control this year from the start. So
Yes.
Yep, obviously launch control introduced midway through last year due to some questionable starts, if I must say so. But yeah, we've got also just to remind you about the AIDS situation in. That sounds really bad, but yeah, the age situation in Formula Challenge. We've got low traction control, low ABS, and obviously auto clutch. So as you move up through the series, obviously they diminish. But we've got 3 minutes left of practice in the server at the moment. We've got Jonathan Holmes of Tanzania Racing, who has looked quick throughout the entire pre-season. Actually, he's out top by a whole 7/10 actually, almost 35.752 for him. And then Roy Virgil. I'm sorry, I probably pronounced your name wrong. I'm so sorry, Roy, but you're looking quick, that's alright, with a 36.4. He's in second place ahead of John Munro for Airstream Motorsport. So there's 3 teams in the top 3, so that's nice. And then we've got James Johnson for Tanskin as well in 36.4. So the top, oh wow, look at that. 2nd to 5th place are separated by less than half a tenth of a second. So we're looking like it's going to be quite a nice little race here, boys. It's looking quite close.
looking like a nice spread.
Yes, and the top 15 covered by 1.5 seconds. It'll be very interesting to see who comes out with points.
Yep, top 15 score points, and then obviously we've got our same format as last year, so 2 races, reverse grid in the second race with a random number between 15 and 20 as we understand it. So, for example, I don't know, you miss out on points in the first race, finish on the 18th. Reverse grid is 20, starts 3rd place, so a bit better. I've got 2 minutes for qualifying. Starts here at Melbourne. The weather forecast today, it's alright. It has been raining on the server all week, but obviously this year we have changed how RFE works, so it actually bases the weather of how it is in Melbourne at the moment, or it was at 4 o'clock because it's currently 3 AM, but you know what I mean. So I think the weather forecast is okay, a bit cloudy, 50% humidity, 23 degrees on track I think at the moment, but looking good out there at the moment.
26 degrees on track. Also, a new thing with RFE is that race 2 is going to be completely different from race 1. It's not going to be the same weather file, so it adds a bit more unpredictability both races.
That was a problem last year. Some people just thought, you know what, I know what the weather's going to be. They just do exactly the same thing. So it's nice. It's a nice little lottery now. It's a bit better. So exciting times. We have got 6 teams only that have retained their place in the Formula Challenge from last year. We've got Tanzania Racing, obviously, who've got Holmes and Johnson, and we've got Royal Blue, Racing Team Schroten, JRT, Back Marker Brigade, and Velocity. The teams that have stayed in.
What about Viking Racing?
Oh, Viking Racing as well, so there we go. I am wrong. Thank you, Tom.
That didn't take long.
Didn't take long at all. We've got 20 teams overall. I will go through them in just a second. 40 drivers. It's going to be an exciting long year. We've got 17 races this year. Just down 2 from the 19 we had last year, I believe.
Yes.
Yes, so we have got 2 less races this year. We've got a summer break between the 15th of July and the 12th of August. That's the Formula Challenge, that is. And it's just nice to have a little break. Recharge your batteries. So you had a nice little assault on the second part of the season.
It's also nice to see that the calendar is also based around real-world Formula 1 tracks, because we've now got Austin, Texas, and China. Is it Shanghai?
Yes, Shanghai, yes. Yes, we've got Bahrain and Shanghai back.
Missed out Bahrain.
Yeah, Bahrain's not the most popular track in the world, but we'll go there. We'll do it. We've got. I'll go run through the calendar in just a moment.
We've just transitioned into qualifying just now.
Okay.
Let's see who's going out on track.
So who's going to be the first one on track?
Oh,
Jonathan Holmes.
Roy Virgil?
Virgil. Yes, I've already apologised for saying his name wrong, but yeah.
Few
Roy's...
people getting caught out by the red light there at the end of the pit lane, it seems.
Yes, obviously you're not allowed to exit. If you get caught speeding, anything stupid in this, it will just be as normal.
Well, that's very close.
Jones is,
it
appears, going up the outside of everybody, but they all manage it cleanly, just about.
Oh, well, obviously that's a rule. You're not allowed to actually overtake in the pit lane, so we'll have to see that again. But anyway, Holmes is the first one out on track. He has looked quick all season, boys. Who is your prediction for pole, quickly, before we head into it all?
I'd have to say, going through practice, it'll have to be Holmes.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. I mean, I haven't seen much of the pre-season pace, or not, but based off practice. Holmes, there was a sizable gap to second, so yeah, put my money on him.
Well, yeah, Tanzania Racing have looked quick throughout the entire pre-season, Holmes and Johnson, so there we go. Obviously, if you want to contact us here at GPVWC and the commentary team, all you need to do is add us on Twitter. Tweet us on Twitter, that's the one. Tweet us on Twitter, it's at GPVWC, and I don't know, boys, if you want to give out your profiles as well.
Use the hashtag GPVWC as well. I've got that saved, so I should pick up everything on there. Or you can tweet my username at CarboyCam. Or Tom.
My username at Tom Jakes.
And we've also got at the Lewis Redshaw for our beautiful guy, who I forgot to mention. I'm sorry, Lewis.
Oh no!
On cameras today.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
On cameras, we've got Lewis Redshaw as well. So, hello, Lewis.
Hello.
Going badly already.
He probably won't talk much. But Jonathan Holmes coming round the second to last corner now to start our first qualifying lap of the year.
Well, I just thought I saw Munro spin. He has lost his front wing already.
Oh, there's not going so well for everybody, John Munro.
He came off the curb after the chicane and went straight into the barrier.
It's not a hard thing to do this year. Obviously, Fallen Challenge last year was a bit of quite easy to drive, but this year it's been a bit more tricky, a bit more torque in the car, I believe. So it's got a bit of a kick to it. But Jonathan Holmes coming up to the third corner now.
Vandenbroek has done exactly the same thing in the Rackmarker Brigade car.
Well, yeah, he's coming along off, but yeah, that chicane's obviously a very tricky corner. In testing myself, even in the Super Cup car, it's very tricky. But Jonathan Holmes coming round at the first sector. You go ahead, Tom.
I was going to say that it's the exit curb. It seems to have kind of a higher height to it on the very outside of it. Of course, you get two wheels over the curb, and your car just bottoms out, and then you're just a passenger.
Yep, and it's not a hard thing to do either, especially such a high-speed corner. Jonathan Holmes, where is he now? He's just coming up to the sector 3 line. Looks nice and clean so far on this lap. Obviously, going back to those crashes, if you crash, you can't just escape out of the pits. You need to go back to the pit lane, get into just inside the pit lane line, as long as you're in the pit lane, and escape. You can't just escape on track. That's naughty. Jonathan Holmes coming up through the final complex now. Well, the final few corners, shall I say. Other movers and riders. Roy Virgil is just coming up through to sector 1. Munro back out on track now after that bit of a disaster of an outlap. Jonathan Holmes around the final corner to set our first qualifying time of the year. Let's see what he does. The fastest time I saw in practice was a 35.7, I believe. So let's see what he can do. 36.7.
Lewis McGlade spun at the far chicane.
Sam
Just
Jones
after
38
the start of sector 3.
And time to point now. Talbot Johnson goes top with 36.6. Talbot is literally half a tenth behind him with 36.6 as well. Holmes 36.718, 0.075 back. So it's a nice little spread at the top. For the top three, you've got 9 tenths back to Tommy Ojala in Smile Power, 37.5. This is where it all starts to get fun, boys.
James Johnson now takes provisional pole.
36.64.
Sorry, I've read that wrong. Sorry, I completely missed that.
Yeah,
a bit behind.
That's alright. James Johnson 36.643, followed by Tolberg with a 36.675. So it is very close at the top already. 0.075 separates the top three. Thomas Badler did a 37.1, but it's usurped by Roy Virgil, 36.928. So half a second separates the top 6 at the moment. Enterprise GP driver Scott Beresford is in 6th place. Team Toyko, our racer champions champion, is racing for Velocity Racing today in 10th place, 37.897. All getting nice.
Quite interesting, just seeing the two THRs go across the line and set their first laps, and they're not as high up as I expected, but I don't know whether they had problems or anything on those laps, but based off their performance, well, THR's performance in the ITC, they should be up there by the end of the session.
Yeah, David Junt dropped down from Super League, all the way down from Super League to Formula Challenge, so we all know David can drive, and Robert Riesenmuller, he's a very good driver as well. I'm not sure he's like an open wheelers, haven't personally raced with him an open wheelers, but the THR, they must be quick. So we'll have to wait out as Johnson goes into second, but Tolberg has now taken pole with 35.910, so he's on pole 3.5 tenths clear of James Johnson. 36.281 with Lewis Travis now in third for Walk Racing at 36.495.
McLaughlin seems to be having a bit of a baptism of fire down in, what position is Lee in? He's in 30th position for place 8 at the minute. It's getting absolutely swamped by everybody on the flying lap. Poor guy's been drafted in to take place of Michael Ballard this evening for place 8. Very little practice, but he's making it round. I can appreciate how difficult it is to get out of the way of fast cars.
Yeah, it's hard. As
you could have all the mirrors in the world, and it'd still be impossible to do it perfectly.
Yeah, as Camel Tom said, THR will be up there eventually. Robert Riesenmuller topped into 5th place, 36.555. And
David John into
second. That's a good time from David John. I think he's been very quiet during pre-season, but everyone said he would have a good year, and he has got up to 36.217. Very good time for David there. I think that's a bit out of the blue, really. Obviously, THR good one. So here we go.
I've just seen that we have a tweet from Andreas Waters. If you would have to nominate 2 drivers from 2 different teams as favourites for today's FC race, who would it be and why? Very interesting question.
Good question. We'll get to that in just a minute. But Mr. Holmes was 4.5 attempts up, but obviously he must have ran out of fuel and gone back to his box. So obviously Holmes, I think, was quickest in the pre-season test as well at Istanbul. He's having it all his own way at the moment. Still doing a good job up there in 5th place though. 5th place. Yep. Johnson in 3rd place. Teammate. Team is talking now to 9th for Velocity, 37.154, up around his next lap. And it's looking quite close, guys. It's not a massive field spread. It's not looking too bad, especially in the midfield. If you look around between 8th and 18th, there's only 4 tenths between them, so it's looking ultra competitive.
Yeah, I mean, you've got some very talented guys in there this year. You've got guys from other series, former champions, namely Jesper Tolberg in there for Smile Power, multiple champion over at another league. He's going to definitely be up there at some point. And you've got regulars such as Paul Joseph, who towards the end of last year he was distantly sort of up in the top 10. But some very, very fast guys coming in this year. I certainly wouldn't like to be in the field.
No, yes, well, obviously, David Junt's gone from Super League down to Formula Challenge, and that just shows how competitive it has been this year to find seats in the higher echelons of the league. So, obviously, he's done a good job in 2nd place, so maybe he should be back in Super League, but nevertheless, looking very competitive this year, as I just saw John Monroe pop up to 7th place for Airstream Motorsport, 36.828, so he's just under a second off Tolberg. Still a whole 3 tenths clear of the field. He wasn't. Obviously, we all know Tolberg's a quick driver, he's a very quick tin top driver at the very least, but we haven't seen what he's like in open wheeler, so at the moment he's trouncing the field, looking incredibly good.
At the minute, there's only 2 guys who have yet to set a lap with 6.5 minutes left to go in the session. One of those is Mark Wicks for Katana Motorsport, sitting down in 36th, and we've got Hansko Mebius for Enterprise GP down in 37th. Wicks is actually has done 3 laps, but is yet to set a time.
And Hansko's in the pits.
I know Hansko has gone off on his lap, I don't know to find out, but nevertheless the action goes on with 6 minutes left. We'll go through your top 5 very quickly. We've got Jesper Tolberg for Smile Power on a 35.910, David Junt for THR on a 36.217, very close behind is James Johnson for Tanskin at 36.281, Lewis Travis for Walk Racing at 36.495, followed by Jonathan Holm for Tanskin Racing 36.540, and very close behind him, I'll just mention 6th place Robert Riesenmuller at 36.555, so it is very, very close, but just 1 tenth of a second would get you 2 or 3 places at the moment. So, looking incredibly competitive, as I keep saying.
I have to say that the field this year is very, very competitive because down to 29th, Lee McLaughlin, 4.1 seconds. Now remember...
Oh, sorry to interrupt, someone has gone round just in the middle of Sector 2. Jonathan Holmes has had a huge accident. He's had to get out of the way of everybody and he's actually quit on track. That's Jonathan Holmes is qualifying over.
How badly damaged was his car after that?
Very damaged,
yeah.
but he is going back out on track. So Jonathan Holmes, naughty boy.
That's a... Yep.
That will be, I think that will be a, I'm not sure if it will be a 5-place penalty maybe. I don't think he's actually got a front wing, so... Oh no, he has. Oh no, he hasn't. He's gone back out with a front wing missing, so...
I'm just seeing how the incident happened. Jack Nichols spun in the middle of Sector 2 and Holmes just hit the back of him on the fast curve.
That is unfortunate as Holmes has stopped on track again. No, he's come back. Okay.
As I always say, if you've got 4 wheels on your wagon, you have to get it home.
Yes, well, you say it as if, yeah, that's what you say, but it's true, you've got to go back to the pitch, you can't just quit on track. But anyway, I'm sure he'll fight back. It's Jonathan Holmes, he's looked very quick all year, all pre-season, should I say. So we will see him, I'm sure, out there.
Spice things up a bit if he gets put back a bit, won't it?
Yeah, well, I remember a certain Lewis Redshaw winning his first race in the pit lane, so that was a long time ago, back when the league wasn't so competitive. Not saying Lewis is bad, but that was a long time ago. But yes, as we continue, Jesper Thorberg still top with 4 minutes to go, 35.910. David Judd on a lap.
Still, Mebius hasn't set a time.
As Mebius come back out on track.
He's out on track. He is in the first sector at the minute.
He might be on a timed lap.
Coming up to the end of the first sector now. I think he must be on a timed one now. I'm not quite sure, but...
And Thorberg is actually up by a tenth of a second after 50 seconds. So Thorberg going to improve his time even further.
Man's on fire. Well, he will be living up to his name, his team's name at this rate. Smile written all over his face, probably. That's cheesy.
Well, he will be extremely happy.
He's got a bit of traffic in front of him if this is his flying lap, so that won't be helping him in the middle of the fast corners. He's got it a bit sideways.
Round the final corner, can he improve his time from a 35.9? He can't, he must have lost a little bit of time there and he's just on a 36.1, which still would have put him on pole, incidentally.
I've just seen that Scott Beresford's gone 5th.
Incredibly hold on, Beresford. Very bit of a surprising one. I don't think anyone would have mentioned Scott Beresford to be top 5.
136.5.
Only 6 tenths. He is 1,000th of a second ahead of Holmes.
Here comes Mebius around the final corner.
That
was indeed a timed lap.
38.7. He goes 29th with that.
So everyone set a time, happy days.
But at least he set one.
Everyone has now set a time. I think we've got 38 drivers with possible 40 here today. So good turnout. Could be better, but it's still a good turnout.
Is quick again, apparently.
Munro just jumped up to 4th. 136.431.
On board with Holborg.
So just a couple of minutes left. We are so getting time in thick and thin. My game has just crashed. I'll be back in just a second.
Holborg coming up to the last few corners at the end of the lap. Not with a lock up. Is that in front of him? That is Roy Versgil. Say your name. Into the penultimate corner now for Holborg. Oh, and he's been held up by Versgil, who got it sideways in the penultimate corner. Hits. Holborg goes. And Travis about to come across the line. Travis improves and he goes second.
Oh, well done.
136.158. So
2.5 tenths off the pole time at the moment.
Yeah, so Thorberg looks like he's on the pole with a minute and a half left. Thorberg in the pit, so he will not be completing another lap. Travis back out there again. 36.158, obviously, as my co-commentators have alluded to. David Johnson still in third place with a 36.217, just ahead of James Johnson with a 36.280. James Johnson is coming into the pits, and I think that's James Johnson over for today.
Yes, with no front wing, he will not have enough to... he's just escaped into the garage. He will not have enough time to get out and complete an out lap.
There we go. We'll just see what happens with Lewis Travis. Lewis Travis is... Oh, it's not coming up for me, is it? Silly. Open on laps now. David Johnson coming around to the third sector now.
Ben Hackerson has spun it and escaped to the pits, so even if there was time, he would not be allowed to complete any more laps.
There we go, so we've got second and third place just going through sector 3 now. Can Lewis Travis or David Junt upset Mr. Torborg at the death? Obviously Torborg cannot go out again. Lewis Travis is 2.5 tenths behind with David, a further half a tenth behind. Johnson already obviously in the pits. Munro also in the pits. Lewis Travis coming round the penultimate corner with David Junt coming down the straight now. Can David Junt improve? He has got no more time. David Junt does not improve. What can Lewis Travis do?
And he is in the pits. Travis is in the pits.
So there we go. Looks like Torborg, unless Holmes can find something out of the bag, obviously he can actually take this place. Obviously he has got a penalty for escaping out on track. But Holmes around the final corner now. Will he be able to upset Torborg for a little bit? Coming down the final
We've also got
now.
Wiesenmuller coming towards at the end of a time lap as well.
36 flat. 36.032 for Jonathan Holmes.
Very close to Torborg.
Into provisional second place. Wiesenmuller, is he out on a lap? He is.
Coming through the final corner now.
8th place, Robert Wiesenmuller. Will he jump up higher than that?
A little bit of traffic on that lap, so he might improve.
He does improve, but only by a few thousandths.
But that few thousandths is enough to put him into 7th place ahead of Beresford. So it shows how close it is. It just shows how close it is at the moment. I think that is it. We've got Fadler. It's all over. So there we go. We have our grid for the first year as Mr. Who was that taking Fadler out. That was very naughty.
Niza. That was. Let's have a little replay of that.
Very naughty. But anyway, as I alluded towards, we have got our grid for the first race of this season. Taking pole with an absolutely stunning 35.910. The only one to actually dip underneath the 36 was Mr. Jesper Torborg for Smile Power Racing. Second place, Jonathan Holmes for Tansley Racing, 36 flat, with Lewis Travis only a tenth behind, 36.1 for Walk Racing. So that's our top 3 for today. We've just got the results of the Open Series as well. We will just find out what happened there. Mr. Bruno Souza Ferreira is our first ever winner for 2014. Hooray! Well done! For the Open Series, well done.
Congratulations, Mr. Souza Ferreira.
Well done. We've got David Carter at second place, Alex van der Vood third, Florian Engel fourth, Chris Williamson fifth, Asa Clip, how many numbers have I done? 6th. Ollie Pelican is in 7th with, oh my word, how do you say that?
Tomislav Svibin.
Svibin is in 8th, and David Nan in 9th. Those two have actually retired. But well done to those. Well done to Mr. Bruno Souza Ferrari. Sorely teams will be asking you for a drive very soon. My game has crashed once again.
I believe there were some teams putting up some seats on offer. I think Enterprise GP was one of them and YTF1 was another. I think, I could be wrong, I think Enterprise GP were giving up a race seat for Malaysia possibly, for the winner of the first Open Series race. So that looks as though it's going to Bruno.
Obviously Bruno can't make it, that'll be brilliant for him. We'll just go back into them. So how was that qualifying session for you then, boys? Any shocks, any surprises?
Tolball, very fast indeed, and it surprised me how close the top 20 were. There was only about 2 seconds, I think, between top 20, and you consider how you've got experienced guys like Tolborg and obviously Holmes, and then you've got some of the newer guys, the open wheelers, such as Fadler and Williams, and it's very close, and it'll be very interesting once people get up to speed with setups and the way the car handles.
There is one person that kind of shocked me being in the top 10. That was Scott Beresford. Last year he wasn't known for being in the top 10, but he does have more experience than some of the new guys who've just joined this year. So it was very interesting to see how he turned out in qualifying.
Good job, well done, 7th place Scott there. So we'll just go back to Andres' question quickly. Thank you very much, Andres, for being very patient. Tom, if you could just get the question up again, because I've completely forgotten. The question was, if you would have to nominate 2 drivers from 2 different teams as favourites for today's FC race, who would it be and why? Oh, good one. That's a good question, Andres. Thank you. Before qualifying, I would have said Holmes and Tolberg. Obviously now Holmes having a bit of an issue in qualifying, I'm going to go... Tolberg's nevertheless is still going to be up there, but... David Junt, actually. I'm going to say David Junt. I mean, I didn't think he'd be up there, personally. I mean, I know he's top 10, but I didn't think he'd have a high third place. So, Thorberg and Junt, obviously Junt's been here for years as well, as I remember. So, he's got the experience factor, he's got the racing craft, he's got, I mean, I've been racing David for like 5 or 6 years now, so I know what David's racecraft's like. So, Thorberg and Junt for me. How about you two boys?
I would have to agree with you on Tolberg there, but I would also go with Lewis Travers. Oh, Travis, sorry. I haven't really heard much about him, but he's definitely impressed in practice and qualifying so far today.
I think for me, I'm going to have to go with Tolborg, and I'm going to take a gamble and say that despite his problems in quali, I think I'm looking forward to Holmes coming up through the pack in race 2 and possibly getting a win in race 2.
As you remember, we have got 2 races today. Reverse grid between 16 and 20, or 15 and 20. So if you, like I said earlier, finish 20th, you've got a chance. You can still win a race. Happened a few times last year. I remember Wotke Hostra managed to win it. Was it Melbourne? I think it's Melbourne actually last year. He won after finishing like 16th or something in the first race and ended up winning the second race. So anything can happen in Formula Challenge, and I must say it usually does. So interesting. We've got a couple of minutes left of warm up. My game has crashed once again.
Because Toaster is giving up on him, guys.
I'm not looking forward to it. I've got a race tomorrow, so I'm not particularly happy about this. But yet,
it seems as though David Feidock feels as though he should be in Formula Challenge. Obviously, he was in it last year. He's moved up into
Super League.
Super League. So, I think he's probably glad he's not here, though, considering the franticness at the start, shall we say?
Yep, we've only got a couple of minutes until we see that start. Obviously, we've got 3 main series this year. We've obviously got, as again, we've got Super League. The main top best of the bunch. Obviously, Lucas Euler, defending champion, has actually announced he will not be here this year, 2014. I think he's obviously real life has just got into the way, and we'll have a new Super League champion this year, unless one of the old ones obviously comes back wins it. But you know what I mean. Midnight Racing have now got to search for a driver, so massive blow for Midnight. And then we've got obviously Super Cup. The second one, we've got a new format for that tomorrow. Obviously, I think Mr. James Kirk will be taking over full commentary for that, and he will tell you all about that. And then obviously we've got the lovely boys at Formula Challenge. 2 races, 40 drivers at maximum. So we've got 38 today. It's going to be fun. I can tell you that for sure. Obviously the threat of rain, it has been around. I think it's cloudy on the server at the moment, so it's going to be fun.
Is it wrong of me that I really wanted to rain in one of these races?
Well, I was talking to Ben Warren. I was talking to Ben Warren earlier, so and he actually said I wouldn't mind a bit of rain. And obviously, I'm not sure if other people feel like this, but rain really does mix it up a bit more. Obviously, Formula Challenge is very mixed up as it is. I mean, with the reverse grade, etc., aids, people not using aids, etc., launch control. But if the rain comes round, it really could mix things up. I mean, some people, I think Ben Warren showed last year. Speaking of Ben, he was actually very good in the rain. I think he finished 3rd in a couple of races when it rained. So there are some capable wet weather drivers out there. Some people may not have driven with RFE before as well, some of the new guys into the league.
Yeah, I know that when I mentioned RFE to Lee McLaughlin this evening, he sort of panicked a bit. But I think he realised that such a thing existed, so that should be interesting if it rains for him.
Of course, he's new to GPVWC, but he's raced in other leagues, such as GRC, where there's just standard weather, no variation. So it'll be interesting to see how he deals with the weather of RFE. Sorry.
But based off what happened in the Formula 1 2012, was it?
Yes.
Championship over at the 6th axis. A little bit of a plug there. He lost that championship to Mr. Jacobs here after a botched tyre change in changing conditions.
It wasn't a botched tyre change. He pitted a lap late.
Yeah, anyway, enough about that. As my game crashes for the millionth time of the race. Yeah, so we've got warm-up going on. I think Tom's flat.
Warm-up has finished, so we'll be moving through to the race anytime soon. Guide you guys through the grid as they go around the formation lap. Hopefully everybody will make it around the formation lap just fine. In the RTC yesterday there were a few mishaps.
There's always mishaps on formation laps and we love it. So it's going to be fun. Hopefully it doesn't rain. But yeah, we're talking about, you're saying that obviously F1 2012 a bit of a different game, obviously different.
Attention grid, all non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
But it's a very fine point of when you switch over. I mean, I'm not sure if it's going to rain enough for it to switch over today, but when would you say, like, I know, I'm not sure if you've tested Super Cup enough to know, but when would you say is, like, the best way to switch over, really, like, percentage-wise? Or do you think it's more of a feel thing? So what do you feel of the car?
In Formula Challenge last year, the percentage of changeover was about, when it was drying out, 17%. When it was getting wetter, around 17, 18 would be the time to pit in and change the tyres. But this is all going by GitHub plugin that people use to...
Formation lap is now underway.
Indeed it is. Yes, it's a plugin people use to get extra kind of screens and displays whilst driving around. It gives weather, it gives tyre temperatures, tyre wear, revs, positions.
Everything!
Yeah, it gives you everything.
All the things.
Yes.
Right,
Parker, do you want to do a rundown of the grid?
I would love to if I was in the game. If I was in game, I'd love to.
Are you still not in? Right, okay.
I am in now. Okay, brilliant. Okay, so we have got Jesper Tolberg for Smile Power Racing, your pole position man today. We've got Jonathan Holmes in second place at Tankerton Racing, so he has kept that second place. I'm sure there will be investigations afterwards, but for now, let's worry about that later. We've got Lewis Travis for Walk Racing in third place, with David Judd for fourth place for THR Racing. James Johnson is in fifth place for Tankerton Racing, with John Munro in sixth place for Aerostream Motorsport. Seventh place, we've got Robert Wiesenmuller for THR, with Scott Brace with Enterprise GP in eighth place. Paul Joseph is ninth for Royal Blue Racing, and rounding out your top 10 is Roy Virgil for Zenit Racing. And then just do the next couple quickly. Wopke Hoekstra, YTF Points in 11th for Thomas Falkner. T-Pro Line in 12th if you'd like to go next, Cam.
13th we got Tommy Oyala for Smile Power, and then 14th behind him we got Timmy Troika for Velocity. Viking Racing's Matt Richards follows him in 15th, followed by Terence Gretsch for Katana Motorsports. Then we've got Ben Warren for Racing Team Schroten, Santiago Niza for Bastwick Grand Prix in 18th, then Jack Nichols and Adam Osger round out the top 20. Mike Schroten's then 21st for Racing Team Schroten, and we've got Mark Wicks for Katana, then Lewis McGladen 23rd for his own team, Aurora Motorsports, and Matthew Chuggy Williams for Playseat Racing in 24th, and Pedro Gomez in 25th for Zederick Racing. Tom, do I continue for 26th?
26th is Sam Jones for Aurora. 27th, Hansco Mebius Enterprise GP.
Who hasn't actually gone out on track. Sorry to interrupt him, but Hansco Mebius hasn't actually gone out onto track.
He will start from pit lane then.
That is interesting.
Ben Hackson in 28th for Viking. Then we have 29th Matthias Canapino for Walk Racing. Scott Sovic in 30th for Aerostream. 31st is Victor Silva for Team Proline. Lee McLaughlin 32nd for Playseat. Simon Smith for Back Marker Brigade 33rd. Not quite at the back with that car. Rick Scott 34th for GRT. Ben Willis 30. No, that's Rick Scott 34th. Yes. Ben Willis 35th for Knight. 36th is Marco Vandenbroek for Back Marker Brigade. 37th is Joshua Anderson for Knight Racing. And rounding it out is John McLean in 38th for Bastwick Grand Prix.
And John McLean has just gone to his pit box, so first round of the 2014 GPVWC calendar. 4, 5 lights. Let's get racing, boys. Woohoo, go! Tolberg makes a good getaway. Tolberg has a good getaway, but Jonathan Holmes has just as good a getaway as well.
There's wings missing.
There is back. But relatively clean.
Lane through turn 1. Oh, we've got a few. Oh, that's a bit of lag there, but everyone looks to have got through perfectly fine. Good start. Very well done, boys.
Apart from a few bits of bodywork missing, everybody seems to have made it through facing the right way.
Oh, and Tolberg spun! Tolberg spun going into turn 3, and there's. Whoa, someone else is off as well. But Tolberg goes off from the lead all on his own. I think he must have just braked on the grass, so Holmes now leads. We have a weird error there. Tank's going to 1-2, in fact.
David Johns is also off track in 37th position.
Yeah, that must have been the one I saw spin, so Tolberg went round and I think
Tolberg just locked it up on the brakes into turn 3. No pressure from the inside, just locked the brakes, and of course we know how tricky that is after driving these cars.
Yep, so a horror show there for Tolberg and Junt. Junt was in about 4th. I think Junt just got spooked coming out of turn 3, seeing Tolberg go off, so it's all happened already. Holmes leads the race from his teammate James Johnson in 2nd place. Riesenmuller's up to 3rd place, Travis down to 4th.
And still holding his own in 5th. Brilliant job from him to hold that out.
And I think Mr. Riesenmuller went a little bit wide coming out of the chicane, sorry, so 3rd place could be under threat, but I think Mr. Travis is a little bit too far back for that to work.
You were saying earlier that you saw front wings flying, Cam. It was Lewis McGlade's front wing. He is down in 37th He also has a front puncture, I believe. Front right.
We will have a few people in, but as we go across, Jonathan Holmes leads.
Simon Smith is into the wall, and can he get it going again? He hasn't lost any part of the car.
Just lost it on the exit of the fast chicane.
Can't seem to get into reverse.
And almost collected Tolberg.
Okay, so first race of the first lap of 2014 as finished. Jonathan Holmes leads his teammate James Johnson in second place, Wiesenmuller third. As Travis is all over him for that place in third and fourth place. Travis all up the back of Wiesenmuller, and he has got Berrington just behind him as well. So could be a 3-car trade for the final podium spot in Formula Challenge Australia GPWC 2014.
Got Vandenbroek, Canapino and McGlade and Wicks in the pits, and who else was that in the pits? That was Ben Willis. So quite a few cars in the pits after the end of lap 1.
Travis throws Wiesenmuller a dummy, goes over that bump into that very slow, tricky right-hander. Going onto the back straight now. He's a bit too far back to make anything work into the chicane unless he's got balls to steal. Going through now, Wiesenmuller holding his own. Let's get the exit of this corner right, and you'll be fine. But Wiesenmuller's gone a bit wide. He's gone into that curb we were talking about earlier, Tom, and he's lost a bit of time. And Travis goes up round the outside for third place. Can he make it stick? Side by side going to the corner. Wiesenmuller breaks later and holds the position nicely. The will. Travis do a switchback. He will try and get up the inside for the third last corner. Oh, good defending, Mr. Wiesenmuller. He's gone wide, but he's managed to hold it. So Wiesenmuller lives to fight another day. John Moreau in the background there, sneaking a look to see if he can get anything from this. I'll start front. Holmes and Johnson are now half a second apart. Johnson's actually looking quite quick at the moment. I think he's about to set fastest lap. I am right, 57.2 for James Johnson, fastest lap of the race so far. Third and fourth place though, Mr. Travis. Can you get past? Oh, he's going to try around the outside. Oh, good defending, Mr. Wiesenmuller, but he can't do anything else. Good try, well done.
Got Joshua Anderson down in 30th position without a front wing, so he obviously lost that at the start of lap 2, which is a bit unfortunate, so he had to go the whole lap without a front wing. Being caught by Hansko Mebius very quickly, who has a full set of aerodynamics.
I'm just looking at this Wiesenmuller, Travis and Beresford fight. Beresford's in the better position because he's behind both of them. If they make a mistake up front, he can capitalise and take them both.
He can do a Jacobs, he can just sit there and wait for 2 cars to hit each other.
Brilliant, it'd be lovely.
Career FC.
Yep, that's a good old FC. As Travis looks round, trying to get past Wiesenmuller again.
He's going to try on the outside.
The try, but Wiesenmuller
forced wide. Beresford takes that opportunity, says thank you very much.
What did I just say? What did I just say?
Precisely, yeah. So Beresford capitalised on Travis trying to move around the outside of Wiesenmuller. Wiesenmuller well within his right to push him out. Well, obviously not push him out. He wasn't intentional. He's well within his right, but all tricky there. Beresford got a bit of a bad run, and Travis was going to be straight back through there for Walk Racing back into fourth place.
We have someone at the back who has spun into turn 1. It is Vandenbroek. Spun in turn 1 in turn 2.
38th position.
Yes.
Just going a bit lower down, 11th and 12th place. Paul Joseph, Walker Hostra very close on track, just behind Poyka and Richards. But what's happening up front?
Travis went down the inside of Beresford into the penultimate corner and managed to take the position off him. The fourth and fifth position.
So going at the front, fastest lap of the race is held by Mr. Holmes, 27.083, but very closely followed by Mr. James Johnson, 37.1177. So those boys up front, the Tanskinans, they're running away. They're 4 seconds ahead of Wiesenmuller. So those two are having a nice little gap. This battle between Wiesenmuller, Travis, and Monroe really helping them. No, not
Ben
Monroe.
Hackerson down in 25th, going up the inside of Rick Scott, but not quite making it stick into turn 1. But Hackerson looks to have the edge on Rick Scott at the minute, so 24th could well be Hackerson's in the next few laps. Saying that he's got to run down into turn 3. Can he make it stick? Not quite. Rick Scott again managed to hold on around the outside. Clean driving from the two of them.
Very good. David Jones, just to update you, obviously had a spin early on. He's in 20th place, and Mr. Tolborg is down in 32nd after that. And he's actually running without a front wing. Am I right in saying that? 22nd place, Jesper Tolberg.
32nd. No, but he does have a front wing.
Okay, oh there we go, that's my game, it's just updated. So there we go. But yes, Jesper Tolberg obviously span on turn 3 of lap 1. Travis has spun!
He's got no front wing coming out of the chicane.
Almost collected Gretsch coming back on.
And Nichols has got a bit scared as well and had a bit of brown trousers moment. And Nichols is off! Oh no, it's not, that's lag, don't worry, don't have a go at me. Well done, Jack, your lag's hurting the people.
That doesn't happen.
Oh, the Greg's is round. The Greg's is definitely round.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
just about avoided him.
Oh, he's
all kicking off.
Matthew Williams just able to avoid him at the last second going for ultimate corner. Gretsch
Gretsch is
finally
in.
decided to pit.
The Gretsch ran a little bit wide going into that. It's actually a tricky corner now, and you always try and take a bit more speed than you can, but has just run wide. Mr. Travis is also in the pit, so after looking like possible third place, it's all gone a bit wrong for him. Wiesenmuller is now pulled away from Beresford, and all sort of evened out between those two, but Mr. Johnson is actually still within half a second of Holmes up front. First second to come up the lap. Josh Johansson now.
Just noticed here, Lee McLaughlin, who is sitting down in 25th position, catching up to Rick Scott to take 24th. And Lee's had almost no practice in these cars. I know he jumped in tonight and got a bit of setup help from Williams, but he's catching up and he's sitting 25th out of how many runners? 38 runners. So good job from Lee.
I think about 4 cars just went off into that middle corner in sector 2. Who was it? Virgil tried to. Oh, someone's off. Oh, it's Anderson.
Joshua Anderson, yeah.
We love you, Josh, but
he's been lapped.
come on, Josh. But yeah, Fadler tried to go round the outside of John Munro, and he went off as he was trying to do it. Munro also went off whilst trying to go off, and then behind him, Virgil went off trying to go past him. So, and Virgil spins! 7th place! Oh, there's a lot of cars coming! Oh, someone's hit him! Oh, it's Jack Nichols!
I saw lag from Nichols there.
But I think he's managed to swipe Virgil. I think he swiped Virgil, so Virgil will have some damage. I think Jack will probably maybe have the cosmetic damage.
Nichols' ping is at 500. That's not good. Got the highest ping of everyone at the moment.
So it's mistakes galore out front today, really. We've seen quite a few people making mistakes.
Virgil is in the pits to change his front wing. But we've got a big gaggle of cars. You've got David Junt in 15th, and you've got Sovic, Williams, Gomez going to turn 1 now, all close together. So that'll be an interesting fight to watch over the next few laps.
Leaders are now within less than half a tenth of each other, with Holmes and Johnson sort of pacing themselves at the moment. 4.5 seconds ahead of Wiesenmuller, so they've got a nice healthy gap, but they're just sort of pacing themselves at the moment, not doing anything silly. Obviously Holmes has got
baking and baking brilliantly.
They are shaking and baking fantastically. 6 tenths ahead of Johnson at the moment is Mr. Holmes with a fast lap 37.083 with 37.126 from Johnson. They are literally trading times within the 10th of a second at the moment, so it's interesting to see what will happen between those two. I don't think any team will come to play this early in the season. You never know, but you know, all good times between those two. 4.5 seconds ahead of Robert Wiesenmuller in 3rd, who's pulled out a gap to Scott Beresford now, 2.5 seconds.
They've
got a battle.
Again doing well for 4th. Go on, Tom.
Where was it? Oh, I just missed it. Damn. Sorry, you go ahead.
No, I was going to say, Scott Beresford still holding his own there in 4th position for Enterprise GP, doing a sterling job for the team.
I'm sure
he's
Mr.
got
Kirk would be happy.
About 1.5 seconds back to Fadler, and then Fadler has got Monroe hot on his tail for 6th position.
So if we can find any battles, we have got Monroe's on his own as well. Monroe's only 8 tenths behind Fadler in 5th and 6th place, so that could be worth something. Oh, as Monroe gets a bit sideways going through turn 1 there, but held it nicely. We've got a battle for 9th place though between Nichols and Joseph.
Holmes spun.
You're right, Holmes
has spun.
It's
out of turn 3. Oh, going into turn 3, just lost the rear. It was only a half spin. He managed to catch it, but he has lost time.
He did exactly the same as what Tolbald did in the first lap, except he just about managed to hold it.
And he didn't have about 28 cars coming up behind him. But yeah, Holmes, well, so that's going to be showing. So I'll go back to just saying just a minute ago. A lot of the top guys are making mistakes. It's not. I mean, last year obviously it's new mod, well, not new mod, but a new car, new everything, new league, etc. But it's surprising to see so many mistakes.
I have found that the braking is a lot rearward on these cars, so you stamp your foot down hard and the rears just lock, and at that point the back kicks out and you're going sideways.
Yes, I do agree. It's a lot harder to drive this car this year. It's a lot harder to put the power down, especially I found, as Johnson now. He actually went wide at the exit of the chicane as well, so they're pushing really hard. We've got 6 laps gone, just 7 gone. Smithy! Oh, Smithy, get out of the way! I love you, Smithy, but get out of the way! Final corner, James Johnson's a bit of a scare. Smithy locks up into the second to last corner, but James Johnson now running away with a 2.5 second lead over Holmes, who's got a further 1.8 ahead of Wiesenmuller. Will Holmes catch back up, do you think?
just looked down at 30th position. Tolborg is still not making much headway, it seems. He's currently behind Terence Gretsch, who's in 29th. Jesper needs to try. Oh, seems as though Travis has left the race. He's escaped to the garage, it seems. I'm not sure whether that was recent or I've completely missed something. But
incidentless.
Travis is in the pits and is going no further.
He spun after the chicane, got onto the curb, and he lost a wheel.
Oh,
so
Toyka, what are you doing, son? See me Toyka 8th place. You know that really annoying curve on the outside of turn 4, that left-hander?
Yes.
He basically just straddled that, and when you go into that, you can't move the car, can you? So he has to straddle that. He's straddled the car, and he's lost 8th place to Paul Joseph now, so those two. But Jack Nicholls just behind him in 10th place, so there's going to be a nice battle between 8th, 9th, and 10th place.
Was it Senna and Massa who did that a few years back in Formula 1? They went off at that.
Nakajima did it, I remember that.
For a minute there, I thought, what on earth was Senna and Massa doing on the same track? And then I realised you meant Bruno.
Yeah, obviously.
Nice confusing times here at GPVWC. Dave Carl Smith's given us a tweet. He needs more coffee. Dave, I'm having Domino's after the race. Haha. So, there we go.
There's a close battle between 8th, 9th, 10th and 11th. Paul Joseph, Timu Toyka, Jack Nicholls and Santiago Niza. Yeah, quite close going into the final sector.
Yeah, Niza just behind Jack Nicholls. His ping has now calmed down, thankfully. So we will see Niza looking... Oh, Timu Toyka locks up and goes very wide. Timu Toyka has now lost 3 places in a place of 1 lap. Very unfortunate for Timu. We all know how good Timu is in Super League last year. Jack Nicholls runs wide and hits the exit at the final corner. So what's going to be going wide? I think they're pushing a bit hard.
I've just noticed that Joshua Anderson has also retired from the race in 38th position. I think he got a bit of a glitch on the track going through the far chicane in sector, just at the start.
I'm just
of sector 3. He cut
Nicholls.
the curb and his car went flying.
Yeah, Jack Nicholls.
Yeah.
What's he done?
At the start of sector 3.
Oh, Richards is round. Richards is off. He's lost his front wing in the same place Toyka just went off. He's just we saying turn 4, he just spun and absolutely binned it into that exit wall. 7th place, he didn't hit anyone thankfully, but down, that's really ruined Richards' race as well. A lot of people making quite seemingly simple errors. That's what I mean by the cars have got more torque this year, so they're just going round a lot easier.
I think that these guys are probably suffering from what I suffer from. First race of the season, they're pumped up for the season, they're ready to impress, and they're perhaps not considering that there's still another 16 races to go in the season, 16 rounds to go in the season.
17th.
Big crash in 17th. What's?
Oh, Sovic's round as well. Sovic, don't reverse.
I see what happened with. There's a crash. Scott Sovic went round, and Matthew Williams tried to avoid and hit. Lost his front wing.
Unfortunately, but Torberg up to 27th place. Wopke Hoekstra is round as well. So. Incidents galore, everybody. Woo! Get them all out of the way now. We don't want them tomorrow.
As well.
Liam McLaughlin, yeah, he's lost the rear wing by the looks of it.
Oh, he's lost both
wings.
wings.
35th. Oh dear.
That's not good because that means both places are going to have to pit at the same time.
That should be interesting. I hope they know to share their pit box.
He hit the curb at the exit of the chicane and just went off track and into the wall sideways.
No, I think I was going to make a quick note. David jumped back up to 13th place after that spin earlier on. So, David, you're doing a damn good job, my boy. He's not far behind Ben, Tommy, and Timu as well. So, 10th place isn't out of question for David, considering he's, 30th place after lap 1. He's really, really made a good move.
And he's in a really good position for race 2, reverse grid.
Yes.
He'll be ahead of both Johnson, Holmes, and Wiesemuller.
McLaughlin has just pulled into the pits for 36th, and he just about pulled up as Williams left.
Midnight-esque.
Almost worked.
Except Midnight's actually was planned and it worked perfectly, but it's sort of the same thing.
Let's pretend it's Place Heat 1 was planned.
We have got a battle between Timu, Toyka, Tommy Ajala and Ben Warren for 10th, 11th and 12th, with David Junk closing in very quickly as well. So that could be a battle to look for in the next couple of laps. We have got just under 5 laps to go now. Gone through 10 laps of the race. Mr. James Johnson's leading with 2.5 second gap to Jonathan Holmes, who's further 3 seconds ahead of Robert Wiesemuller.
Mike Schroten is very close to Adam Oscar for 18th position. I reckon if Schroten can keep it on the track, he'll probably be close enough to him. Well, he looks to be close enough now, going into the right-hander towards the end of the... And Schroeton has had Oscar up the inside, but Oscar
Good
looks
move.
as though he's got the run on him out of the corner. Can he get him back?
No,
Schroeton
backs
holds on.
out. Yeah, Oscar backed out quite sensibly because that's a very tricky corner to make an overtake stick, and if you don't get it right, you're both off. So, good move there from Mike. Quite far back, he's managed to make it stick, so well done, Mr. Schroeter. Oh, the battle for 11th and 12th is really heating up. We've got Ajala, Warren, and Junt.
Monger on the outside into turn 3. Can he make this work? And by the looks of it, he has.
Oh, can he? He's got the inside.
For turn 4. He's got the inside.
He's just too far back.
Ayala just had the speed around the outside. Brilliant racing there. Nice and clean.
Nice and
Junt's
clean.
right on Warren's tail as well.
So let's see how this pans out in the last 5 laps of the race of the first round of the GPVWC Formula Challenge 2014. We've had lots of action so far, boys. It's going to get even better. Smithy just getting out of the way of Ajala there. Warren, oh, David, I thought you were going to smack the back of Ben there. He scared him. It's gone. That scared me as well.
Scare tactics.
Poor Ben. Ben braked a bit early to get make sure he didn't hit Ajala. He's really, I think he's got a bit spooked at David coming up behind him in the mirrors and just completely lost it. Unfortunate for Ben, but David up to 12th place.
See a place seat in the pits.
Place it in the pits again. There's McLaughlin.
Not going right for them at the moment.
Not sure what's happened with him, but no, it's not going right.
Not going too great for the place seat boys. Tanskinen boys though, 1 and 2. Comfortable racing for these two. Absolutely stunning performance at the moment. Touch wood. Don't want anything bad to happen to you boys. We both.
Well, considering Holmes spun and is still in 2nd place, they can probably
quite good.
they can afford to stop off for some coffee before the end of the race, I think.
There is a battle between 8th and 9th place, Jack Nichols and Santiago Niza. Jack's ping is back to normal now. It was thinking it went a bit funny again, but Niza too far back for a move into turn 3, but he is on the diffuser of that JRT car.
David jumps down the inside of Oyala, and he's made that stick going into turn 4. So David jumps up to 11th.
And it's going to be 10th soon if Toyka is powerless to resist. Mr. Toyka. Both of these drivers actually team with Toyka and they've jumped Super League drivers last year. So
got 4 cars, 21st position, Silver, Mebius, McLean, Richards, all going into turn 3 around each other.
That is bad for engine tears.
Oh, and Silver
has engine tears.
Made contact with Mebius. I think Silver's managed to keep his front wing, so he's should be okay to continue. Lost positions there, which won't help him.
Niza and Nichols coming out of the chicane. Oh, Niza gets a bit of a twitch. Will that cost him going up to his back straight? He's got the slipstream, but I think it might be just too late to make anything happen. It is just a little bit too late. Now, chicane is very tricky. If you did get Nichols,
But Nichols is one wide in that position.
And Sobik is recovering. He's got no wings, so unlucky Sobik.
Oh, Timmy Troika Intense gone off, and that's let Junt straight through.
I don't think Niza's quite close enough to get the toe off Nichols down into turn 1. But
someone who has got a toe is Tommy Ajala onto Timmy Toyka, 11th and 12th place. 36.190 from James Johnson. He is really pushing very hard considering.
I reckon to go down
Ajala
the inside into turn 1.
Guys, he stopped. Well done. Timu, the switch on the exit. Going to cost him a run.
And Timu get the slipstream into turn 3 though. No, about too far back.
A little bit too far back. Wopke Hosha, 15th place. Under threat slightly from Ben Haxon for that final points position. Wopke 15th and Mr. Haxon in 16th place. He's just a little bit too far back, but he should have the better line. Knocked that up a little bit. Missed the apex. Ben, there's an apex there. Go for it.
God, Timu Troika in 12th tried to have a go at Oyala and is lost position to Ben Warren.
We're a bit wrong for Timu. He was up in about 7th place early. He's had a bit of a couple of incidents. He's dropped down, but it's nice to see him not punching someone. So it's all good.
Very close to the back of Hoekstra, 15th and 16th here.
Hoekstra, oh, he's pushing him out. Pushing him out. He's well within the rules. He's well within the rules to do that. Good defending from Wopke. Wasn't any overlap. So
And Hackerson getting into the start of sector 3 in the far chicane. He's got a nice toe. It's a very difficult place to make any
goes down the inside.
He's going to try it. Oh, he does. But Wopke's got a bad exit. He's got an exit. Bad exit. Well, I was just going to say, yeah, he had a bad exit or bad entry into that second part of the chicane. Didn't play that very well actually. Doesn't make anything rash. Doesn't make a rash decision. Waits for it. Pays off, and now he's got Sam Jones to think about as Wopke.
Hackerson just needs to keep a cool head, and that last points playing position will be his.
8th place, Jack Nichols.
I was just about to say that, mate.
I'm sorry. Jack Nichols, good defending from Santiago Niza, 8th and 9th place, but he's just lost out. Can Jack get into the slipstream of Niza going into turn 3? We have got a lap and a half left of this race. All happening. There's also a Mr. David Judd behind him. Where's he come from? He's only made about a 5-second gap.
10th position.
Yeah, I think he's made up that time from Niza and Nichols fighting.
Possibly. As you see, Mr. Jonathan Johnson. Now it's not, it's James Johnson. 3-second gap to Jonathan Holmes, looking very good for the first victory of the 2014 Formula Challenge season here at GPVWC. If you want to join us, gpvwc.com if you want to join us for all the action here. It's looking great so far. If you want to give us a tweet at GPVWC or hashtag GPVWC, let us know what you think of this race so far. But another race after this, and James Johnson comes onto the final lap of the race as we speak.
Still, Beresford is still sitting there comfortably in 4th position. He's got about a second's gap down back to Fadler in 5th position.
Oh, Niza's had a bit of a twitch. Oh, and he's gone round, he's taking David with him!
No.
Oh, he's flying!
PHR jumped down to 10th, down to 11th, down to 12th.
That was Nichols.
Down to 13th.
Nichols, I'm sorry, Niza. You can punch me when you see me. I'm sorry, Niza, but David Johnson, I can't. He must be in a bit of an angry mood. I wouldn't blame him myself.
David Junt might get taken for 13th by Gomez down to turn 1. If
David Junt, David, all that work, and he's gone down to 13th. Unlucky, David. That wasn't really anything he could do. Jack tried to go up an inside gap that was there, but David tried to turn it. It was a bit of a.
All is not lost for Junt, as he is in 13th, and with the reverse grid, he's in a good position to get high up, with the top 15 to 20 being reversed.
Speaking of 20, where is Mr. Torberg? Torberg is in 21st place. He needs one place. He needs one place to get up into a possible reverse grid. He might not even get it, but he needs to go for it.
Gomez has just spun. Gomez spun and is down to 15th, so Hackerson is now to 14th.
But that doesn't matter, because someone's about to win the race. We've got James Johnson, Tanskin Racing. His teammate's in 2nd place. His teammate span, he didn't. Coming around the final corner, James Johnson. Tanskin Racing, you have won the first race of the Formula Challenge GPVWC season.
From the Tanskin Racing guys.
Fantastic. Jonathan Holmes, 2nd place. Fantastic race, boys. We've got Robert Wiesenmuller in 3rd place for THR. Good race for him. Scott Beresford, fantastic race.
Beresford.
4th place, 5th place, Thomas Fadler. John Munro coming over the line now in 6th place. Joseph. Good race from Paul Joseph. He wasn't in the top 10 in qualifying for what I saw, but he's made a good.
Well, PJ, decent haul of points, sat there, not really giving anybody any trouble. Running his own race.
Yep, 7th place for Paul Joseph. I can't remember who drove by the moment. Santiago Niza, 8th place. Just line Jack Nichols after those incidents. 9th place, Tommy Ojala runs out your top 10. Ben Wiley's going to come out in 11th. Toyka 12th. Judd 13th place. Very unfortunate, David Judd, like we said before, he has got a good chance of points in the 2nd race of the day. Ben Haxon, 14th place, just ahead of Pedro Gomez, 15th place. He gets your final point for today. Everyone else, sadly, hasn't got any points, but we love you all just as much. Marcus Schroeton, 16th, Adam Moscow, 17th, Jones, 18th, Neves, 19th, and Torberg's just about not going to be top 20, so incredibly unlucky for Torberg, 21st.
Don't count him off though, he's going to be like a raging bull coming back through the field in race 2.
It's indeed Walker Hochscher 22nd, McLean 23rd, Gretsch 24th, Rick Scott 25th, Williams 26th as he crosses the line now. Virgil after that crash early on is in 27th, Canapino 28th, Wixie coming around the last couple of corners now. And that will be your lot for the race.
Only 3 retirements in that race, which considering all the action we had, pretty good finishing rate.
I know 2 of them. I didn't know that Scott Sovic retired on lap 12. That was a complete mystery. We completely lost that.
Sovic lost the wheel at turn 1 apparently. So Sovic, Travis and Anderson are your 3 retirements for the first race of the Formula Challenge season this year.
So boys, where do you want to start? A lot of action there. Firstly, James Johnson. Can't really fault him, can you? Brilliant win, no mistakes. I mean, he did what everyone didn't do and make a mistake. It's simple as that. He didn't make a mistake and he won the race.
Yep. Just goes to show that if you keep it clean, that is the majority of the battle. If you just keep it on the track, keep it facing the right way, who knows what you can do.
Can also say the same for Scott Beresford in 4th position after starting, I believe it was 7th? 7th or 8th.
And Wiesemuller as well, yeah.
Yes.
They were 3rd
They kept
and
their
4th.
noses clean and they got the rewards from it.
As we say, I remember when we took on early on, I can't remember who was battling, I can't remember early on, but it was Beresford, Wiesemuller and someone, and Wiesemuller and the other person had an accident. Beresford made up for it, and it just shows go to show, keep a calm head, you will reap the rewards.
Something that I haven't quite mastered in my sim racing career just yet.
So, the first podium of the year, James Johnson and Jonathan Holmes, both for Tanskinen Racing. Tanskinen Racing couldn't have got off to any of a better start, could they? 1-2 in the first race, and Wiesemuller, THR, 3rd place. Fantastic driving from them both. Obviously, Holmes had that chance to win the race, as we said earlier, but he just made a bit of a mistake, one spin, and we got our reverse grid number 16, you lucky boys. Who finished 16th? Anyone remember? Oh, this is bad.
I can't remember. I should have probably paid attention to that, shouldn't I?
We're bad at this.
We're okay. We haven't sworn yet. 16th place is the reverse number, so everyone from 16th up will be reversed in the grid. So 16th will start first, 15th second, and 16th, etc. First place will start 16th.
I think
will start 15th.
Parker's R-Factor problems have just started plaguing me.
Yeah, they'll do that. Don't worry, they'll be fine.
I'm not going to say it now because I know I'll get kicked. Do not jinx it, Tom. Do not jinx it.
So, driver of the race. So if we'll go quickly to driver of the race, who would you say is your driver of the race for that one?
I'm going to have to say Beresford.
That's a good show, but actually, yes, I would say that. Indeed.
Good, yeah, Beresford.
Okay, he didn't win, but he stayed out of trouble. He just kept on going round and putting some decent laps, and he managed to finish 4th for Enterprise GP. So brilliant performance for him for a new team entry into Formula Challenge this year. But
Mike Schroten is your pole man. He has just said, "Oh God, poor Mike." Don't worry, Mike, you can do it.
It's a horrible place to be.
And Mike Schroten is your pole man for race 2. Driver of the day. Driver of the race. Sorry. Obviously James Johnson, fantastic. Didn't keep any problems. Jonathan Holmes obviously did a good job after that spin. Beresford obviously and Wiesemuller. But I'm going to go for balls and getting back up through the field. I'm going to go David Judd because that was damn good. He was in about 30th place after the first lap. To finish 13th, almost. I mean, if it wasn't for the incident with Jack, he was going to finish 8th. So David Judd, stunning race, and he's going to have a good race for good chance. I mean, he's starting 4th place. 4th place, David Judd starts. If he doesn't win or get a podium at least, something obviously will have happened. But the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drivers will be Mike Schroten on pole, Pedro Gomez 2nd, Ben Haxon will be 3rd, David Judd, as I just alluded to, will be 4th, Timu Toika 5th, and Ben Warren will be 6th. So Timu and Ben aren't the slowest drivers either, so that could be interesting. We'll see what happens in just about 5 minutes' time if my game's crashed.
The looks of things, Simon Smith had problems getting his car out of neutral in that race. He's had to remap his neutral button, he says.
I love you, Smithy.
Not the greatest things to happen when you're in a Formula Challenge race. But then again,
I was told that if you map a neutral button to like a steering wheel button, that when you shift from first downwards, you don't go into neutral.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Because I remember Wixie, who's been around for about 10 years. I told him, he was like, "What?"
So do you
Brilliant.
go from like first to reverse, or
No, you just don't go down. So you go first, and you just go down. I can't do anything. That's why people like me and Pavel, you watch us braking and downshifting, and it looks like it shouldn't work. It does.
you just start slamming the paddle back and forth?
Basically, yeah. If you're going into first, if you go into 2nd place, you end up in 1st place, you go round. But yeah, good race for the first race. So, Tanskinen Racing, I think they could be pretty happy with that, boys.
Indeed.
First and second.
Great result for the start of the series, or season even. With them getting a
bit of a Red Bull-esque finish, really, isn't it?
Don't think you
not
can say that
doing
about this year, mate.
about
Red
this
Bull,
season.
yeah,
Not
Red
this
Bull is
season.
not looking that good.
Not going so great for Renault engine cars, except for Lotus and Caterham. No, Caterham, surprisingly, they're finishing a test session, but they're not actually getting anywhere. That's the problem.
Do we know whether Caterham are actually going to be taking a GP2 car to Melbourne or not, after Kamui's comments? Which I find to be rather cheeky, considering He's there out of goodwill.
I don't know. I'm paying attention to that.
Do you guys know what Kamui said?
No.
You told me yesterday.
He said the Caterham, a GP2 car could be faster than the Caterham.
I think a GP2 car could be faster than any Formula 1 car.
Thing is, he's probably not wrong. Anyway, back to normal stuff. We're going away. We've got a minute and a half left of warm up.
Well, that's gone quickly.
John McClane has set a time 38.9. Doesn't really mean anything. It's warm up. But nice to feel angry. Just go out and drive and smack a wall like John McClane's just done.
Indeed, Simon Smith has just tweeted me and confirmed that he got stuck against the barrier for 30 seconds because he got stuck in neutral. Sorry, Simon.
Oh, Simon, I'll give you a hug later. I'll give you a hug, Simon.
Run
I'll give
away
anyone a hug.
and don't stop running, Simon.
No! If you were on Skype last night, you'd seen very disturbing things that probably I shouldn't be talking about here.
Anyway, moving
Good
on.
thing I wasn't in it.
Yeah.
Before the watershed, Mr. Parker.
Only 24 minutes. Anyway, so 2 races. Obviously, second race, we've got our reverse grid 16th up our reverse. So Mike Troughton is your pole man for this race. No rain in the first race, so that's nice. 45 seconds until we move on to race 2 of the season. Obviously, 2 races. ITC had 3 races. Super Cup's got 2 races as well this year. Super League just the 1 for the big boys. I don't think there's ballast in this one, is there? There's no ballast.
Apologies, you guys.
We're not racing touring cars.
Not anymore. That's the series has ended.
Yeah, apologies if you can hear munching. I'm stuffing my face with a cookie, like every good commentator does.
Oh, you kept it! You kept the cookie! You actually kept it! I'm actually impressed. Well done.
It's almost all gone though, but I'm regretting eating it because it's so tasty.
I like it. As the cookies, white chocolate chunk chip. Seriously, buy them.
This
Anyway,
is
warm-up's over.
White chocolate and raspberry.
Attention grid, will all non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
Warm-up's over. My game has lagged. Ah, there we go. So
You're
Mike Troughton. Oh, I'm not. I'm back now, boys and girls. It's all good. Mike Troughton is your pole man. 15 laps of beautiful action. We've had an amazing 15 laps preceding these ones. Mr. Jonathan Holmes in second place, but couldn't beat his teammate James Johnson of Tansker Racing. Mike Troughton on the grid. Pedro. Oh, wait, actually, come back off the grid. Come on, Mike. You've got 10 seconds left. There we go.
Just got a tweet through, asked me a question, but obviously we'll answer that when there's a bit of a lull in action during the race, so we'll answer it after the race, obviously.
As formation that gets underway, Mike Troughton is your pole man. Pedro Gomez second place. Ben Haxon is in third for Viking Racing. David Junt, one to watch for this race. THR Racing fourth place. Timu Toika fifth place as well. Another one to watch for possibly. Ben Warren sixth place for Racing Team Schroeder. Tommy Ajala had a strong first race, but a couple of incidents. 7th place for Smile Power. Jack Nichols, Mr. Ping, make sure it's sorted out, boy. 8th place. Santiago Nees in 9th place for Bastic Racing. Paul Joseph is in 10th for Royal Blue Racing. Munro is 11th place for Airstream Motorsport. Badler for Team Proline is in 12th, and Beresford is 13th. Thomas will continue the next 3. Someone's span? Oh no, they haven't done right, it's my car. Right.
14th is Robert Wieser-Muller for THR. 15th, Jonathan Holmes for Tanscannon, then his teammate James Johnson right behind the 16th. 17th, just missing out on reverse grid, is Adam Osger in YTF1. 18th, Sam Jones for Aurora. Pasco Mebius is in 19th for Enterprise GP, with Matt Richards in 20th for Viking. Smile Powers Jesper Tolberg in 21st, with Wopke Hoekstra 22nd for YTF1. 23rd, John McLean for Bastvik Grand Prix. 24th, Terence Gretsch, Quintana Motorsports. 25th, Rick Scott, JRT. And 26th, Matthew Williams for Playseat Racing. Cam, can you continue?
And 27th, you've got Roy Virgil for Zideric Racing. Then you've got Canapino for Katana. Sorry, for Walk, beg your pardon. In 28th, Mark Wicks for Katana in 29th. Then you've got Victor Silva for Team Proline in 30th. Ben Willis follows him for Night Racing in 31st. Then you've got Simon Smith for the Backmarker Brigade, 32nd. Lewis McGlade for Aurora, 33rd. 34th is Vandenbroek, the Backmarker Brigade. 35th, Lee McLaughlin. Let's hope he has a bit of a better race this time round. Dovic, 36th for Aerostream. Travis for Walk Racing in 37th. And then rounding out the grid, last but not least, Night Racing's Joshua Anderson in 38th.
38 drivers of the 40 turned up. Ollie Woods has turned up late. Had a bit of a problem with his PC. Says you should buy a Mac. No. Roy Schroeter's very happy that there's a RTS on pole. We'll just get to that question quickly. What's the question that you got on Twitter?
The question was, well, it was about me and Tom really. It was from Gaming Revolver HD asking how we're feeling about this year's Super Cup, as me and Tom are racing for the Six Factors Racing.
Oh yeah.
I'm not racing. I'm not racing at all. I am racing.
Jacobs, but Parker's not racing for us because he doesn't think it's good for it. I'm bricking it, to say the least. But
yeah, in 3 words, how would you describe it? I'm bricking it. I'm bricking it. How would you describe it, Tom?
I'm bricking it, but I'm a bit upset that they've split into 2 races, not just the one as it was last year. I was looking forward to one kind of endurance race, but now they split it up to like the Formula Challenge, the old 2012 Formula Challenge, where it was a feature and a sprint.
Which or whining boy?
Anyway,
on the grid now.
Super Cup tomorrow. We'll talk about that maybe a little bit more if we get a lull in the race. Not a very good chance of us getting a lull in this race, but Mike Schroeter is ready and waiting. We've got someone trying to
Joshua
find
Anderson has been DQ'd straight off.
Oh, Josh. I love you and all, Josh. As we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights for the GPVWC round. Race 2, round 1. Off we go. As we've got a car stuck at the back.
Tom has got an awful start.
Oh, there's a front wing.
There is a front wing as we go through turn 1. Schroeter still is Haxon and Gomez have a bit of a fishy-bashy. David Junt going to try and capitalise on Ben Haxon's bit of an instant.
Somebody's around.
Spin at the back. There's Scott Sovic in 36th position.
They're going through turn 3.
He's retired. He has retired.
That's our first retirement after turn 1.
Carnage going to turn 3.
Timu spun.
Timu spun.
This we played 34th with Timu Toika. There was a huge smash going into turn 3 with wings going everywhere.
Blades that way.
Sovic has left the game, so that will be our first proper time. David Junt, 4th place, is on the back of Pedro Gomez going into, I don't know what number corner this is, 3rd place. Why? Oh, he's in 3rd place, that's why, my game hasn't updated.
John McLean is retired in 35th.
And Hans Mebius has retired.
Even though supposedly Hans Mebius is leading according to my game.
It's Mike Schroeter that's leading.
Mike Schroeter is leading.
Gomez and David Junt.
David Junt, 3rd place. He's made the jump up.
Canapino for Walk Racing is also retired, so that's 3 retirements before we've even finished the first lap.
Yeah, Mr. Mike Schroeter still leads. Pedro Gomez holding David Junt off button. Ben Haxon was getting on this action. Look, 2nd, 3rd, 4th place. David Junt. Oh, David Junt saved it. Oh, how on earth did you save that? But back down to 4th place.
Not end up in the wall from that.
And again, Haxon gets a bit of a twitch on the 2nd last corner. Oh, Nichols! That's a
very
wall!
close to the wall there, using all the track.
All of the track! As Mike Schroeter leads the 1st lap of the 2nd race. Why is Hans Gamibi still leading? According to my game. Gomez is in 2nd, Haxon 3rd, Junt 4th, Nichols still just behind in 5th place. Hans Gamibius is... Oh, Hans Gamibius... Oh, why do I forget? Where are we? Jack Nichols 5th place. Judd and Haxon still battle over that final podium position. Gomez
is under quite a lot of pressure from Virgil for 14th
Haxon's
position.
Wide. Haxon goes wide into the fast right hand kink, and Nichols wants to be at the action. Nichols goes up into 4th place for JRT.
And Paul Joseph has caught up to this battle now for 3rd, 4th and 5th. See what he can do from here. He's in the slipstream going in.
BJ's got a wise head on him. He'll do the old Jacobs trick as well. He'll just sit there and wait for the mistake to happen.
Well, you know more about Paul Joseph than any of us do because you've raced against him.
Yeah, he was my rival in the touring car series a few years ago. Well, a few years ago, about a year ago now. Very clean racer, pleasure to race against. He's got a very wise head on him. Waits for you to run out of fuel and then he mugs you at the last minute.
We've had more retirements. John McLean.
Oh,
Adam
Joseph from Riesemuller, sorry to interrupt, but Riesemuller nearly got taken out as he tried to defend. Riesemuller actually from, when did he start? 14th, he's up into 6th place already. And I was about to say that as well, James Johnson is in 11th place, and Tom Holmes had a bit of an incident. He's down in, not even
Matthew Williams for 14th has just lost it going into the corner. He's lost a front wing. He hit, let's see who he hit.
Someone.
Oh, he hit Roy. Travers. He hit Travers.
Travis.
As David Junt up into 2nd place.
Ball sitting there only in 20th position though. He at the start I think he got he got a decent enough start. He beat Mebius off the line, but because Mebius, I don't think, used launch control or stalled it, I think Tolborg got caught out and almost stalled it himself. And that's when he got mugged by everybody. And Matthew Williams is in the pits, so...
26th position after that incident.
Jack Nichols up into 3rd place after all of his racing missions. He's going to get a podium. We love you, Jack. Pedro Gomez just behind him in 4th place. There's battle for 5th place.
Wiesenmuller going for it, 6th.
Oh, backs out at the last minute. Haxon's round.
6th position, 7th.
I think it was just a case of he tried to stop and then got the power a bit too early to stand straight round. What I said earlier about the torque, it just...
I think he got a bit caught out by the car in front of him as well. I think the car in front of him got out that corner a bit slower than what he expected, but he's in 16th, so he's not too far off the point. He can work his way up from there because we know he's got the speed because he held on to 4th the last race.
Where he was is now battling 6th,
and somebody else has spun.
8th.
Who was that who spun? It was Roy Virgil and Gretsch.
Oh, Gretsch has got half a car.
Yeah, Gretsch has got a wheel missing, so he's out, and Roy Virgil was retired as well.
Yeah, 2 more to add to the list.
Dropping like flies this time round.
So Gretsch hit Virgil. Virgil must have had a little spin coming out of that chicane. Gretsch just pile drived him. Not nice, but Wiesenmuller up into 4th place. Wiesenmuller on a charge for THR Racing.
Oh, Scott Beresford going into turn 1 for 7th position. Trying to get round Monroe, and there was slight contact. Monroe had to go wide, and Beresford has the position, but now Monroe's being mugged by Johnson, who's made one hell of a start, going up from 16th to 7th.
Beresford as well, remember, started.
Johnson almost ran wide and got that curb though. Stay away from that.
I thought TV did. Look at his gaggle of cars behind Johnson. It's about 4 or 5. There's 6 cars battling for 7th place. That's what we like to see.
Joseph and Matt Richards are going at it, 10th and 11th.
I think who else is going to be going at it at any moment. David Junt and Mike Schroten for the lead. David is only half a second behind Mike. Going into sector 3.
God.
Joseph is slow out of that corner in 10th position. Matt Richards trying to look up the inside into the fast chicane at the start of sector 3. Can he make it stick? No, he can't. He just had to chuck him behind him. Joseph holds on to 10th position for the time being, but I sense that Richards might take that in the next few corners.
Warren and Haxton will roll the 2 bends, fighting over 13th place, coming out of the chicane.
Richards is trying to up the inside of Joseph for 10th position, and is he going to make it stick?
Oh, it's going to be such spin! Can Jones match the
Richards was beating around a bit
still
then.
facing the right way, but Sam Jones takes 11th position off Paul Joseph and Matt Richards in 10th.
Cars going wide in the background. Warren and Haxton still fighting over 13th place, and they've got Travis Wicks. Haxton's round again!
Haxton's round.
Wicks going up to... Oh wait, what's happened to David? They were close to each other.
And Lee McLaughlin in 17th, starting from near the back after his incident in race 1. That is a very impressive feat for him, seeing
he's
he's
got it all
just
over
got in
and
the
done
car
with
today.
in race 1, and now he's putting his head down and keeping himself clean.
We've got battles at the front. We've got Mr. Schroten v Mr. Junt for the lead, and Jack Nichols v Wiesenmuller for 3rd place, also heating up. 4 laps gone of this race, and we've already had about double the retirements we had last time. But it's all happening. We're all having a good time. Mike has got a 2.5 10th lead over David Junt going into turn probably 8. I don't know. Coming out.
That would have been a good idea for me to have a track map up with numbers on, but you know, I didn't think of that.
Oh well. We're managing because David Junt looks to the outside. He's probably not going to go for it now. No, didn't think he would. But Joseph, he's got a better exit out of that corner. David Junt going round the outside. He's right behind Mike. He's going to go side by side into the first of the 2 right-handers. Can David Junt go around the outside?
And just behind them, Jack Nichols and Robert Wiesenmuller.
And Junt's done it. Brilliant move around the outside. David Junt takes the lead as Wiesenmuller takes 3rd place. So
Jesper
THR
Tolberg is gaining very quickly on Mark Wicks for 15th position. And in front of them you've got Travis. Tolberg all over the back of Wicks at the minute.
So as Tanskin did in the first race, THR are threatening to deal in the second race. 1-2, David Junt.
5th
Johnson.
and 6th, Johnson going for Gomez into turn 1. He's got the inside. No contact, he's made a stick.
Good pass. Beresford wants a bit of the action as well, look. Can't quite get it. He's got back to the slipstream.
Really risky, he out breaks himself from that far back. He thinks better of it and pulls him behind.
And now John Monroe's caught up to the battle. Beresford's not only got to attack, but he's got to defend now. John Monroe's pulled back a bit from where he was at turn 3, so that gives Beresford a bit of breathing space for now.
Torborg's still on the back of Wicks for 15th and 16th, although Torborg's just run a bit wide, so it's dropped him back a bit.
We've got Warren and Travis for 13th, having a bit of a doodah. Can Lewis make anything happen going into this corner? I think he's a little bit too far back. He's going to try.
He's going to try it.
Quite Ben's too clever enough to know that where to
Travis
go.
is going to get the toe down here, and he might try something for the start of sector 3.
Back up to 6th place, Gomez, Beresford and Monroe.
Yep, here comes Travis. Up, no.
Oh, it's going to be 3 wide. It's going to be 3 wide. It's going to be ITC all over again. Monroe boxed in, couldn't really do anything about that. Unlucky Monroe, but he's going to try and keep it round the outside of Beresford. And he's made a stick. He's got the inside for this corner. Well done, Monroe, up to 7th place now. Ojala wants a bit of the action as well by the looks of it. So 6th, 7th, 8th,
Need to
and
keep
9th.
it clean and get that toe out of that final corner and try and get a run on him down to turn 1.
Monroe will have that run. He's got a better exit. He's got the toe as well. He's left with a tenth behind. He hasn't got the top speed. Can't seem to. He can't actually make it stick. He had a brilliant run, but Beresford wants a bit of that. Might have been a bit cheeky, went a bit off the road.
Opportunistic. I think he was just about legal. I think he just about kept 2 wheels on the curb.
Very close either way. Obviously, yes, the rule 2 wheels must be on the curb at all times. And Schroeter's round! Schroeter is round from 2nd place. Oh, that is so unfortunate.
And this
Just
group of
check.
Gomez, Monroe, Beresford, and who's this one? Ayala is going to be on him pretty quickly unless he gets up to speed.
It's like watching ITC, THR 1 and 2. This is depressing.
THR 1-2. Yep.
No way, he's not defending. Not defending, dominating.
Oh, contact! Monroe went a bit wide, came back on track and hit Beresford on the front.
Loses out, Beresford down to the 9th position.
Yala's taken them both due to that little scuffle Monroe and
Richards is storming up in 10th position, so Richards could be on the back of Beresford anytime soon.
Opportunistic, if there was ever to be opportunistic. THR 1 and 2 there, David Johnson ahead of Robert Wiesenmuller. Nichols and Johnson for 2nd and 3rd place though. What will happen?
Richards has got a good run on Beresford for the 9th and 10th, but can't quite get alongside him.
Jack just doing everything he can to keep this podium place. He's got a good run out of that final corner, but Johnson's got it even better one going down the front straight for 3rd place. Jack Nichols and James Johnson. James Johnson, the winner of the first race.
Try and go around the outside into turn 1. This will be brave if it works. Bit of contact.
I think I'll make an exit there, Jack.
Deep.
Jack.
The inside line.
Oh, Jack went in James's car for me, but it looks like Jack's gonna go. Oh, if this works. That was brave. Good try, Jack, but to no avail. James Johnson takes 3rd place from Jack Nichols. He's back on the podium, as is Robert Wiesenmuller, who was also on the podium in the first race.
Schroeter seems to have survived and stayed clear of the Gomez, Ayala, Monroe and Beresford scrap, so 5th is his for the time being.
Nisa, Goughlin, yeah, but Goughlin has gone off, and I think he had a bit of an incident with Nisa, possibly? Oh yeah, Nisa's got no front wing anyway, so something's wrong.
Oh, it was Ben Willis. Ben Willis just seemed to stop on the exit of the chicane, and Nisa just went straight up the back of him.
Smithy, you're in the top 30. Granted, you're 29th.
Wondering whether there were computer issues or something for Willis there.
We've had a lot of retirements actually, look at it.
Yeah.
Only 29 people left, of 37 started, so not the greatest attrition rate. Nevertheless, Ben Willis is in the pits to repair the damage that happened to the car in that incident. As David jumped, 2-second lead over
Monroe,
Wiesenmuller.
Gomez in 7th and 8th. Monroe just managed to get through into. Oh god, there's a huge battle.
trying to have.
Gomez and Richard, Monroe and Beresford. And Beresford's
got 7th.
Gomez just got mugged. Poor Gomez. Got mugged out of that. Beresford and Monroe.
Speed.
These two have been going at it all race, and will they once
Monroe,
again?
possibly. Yeah, Monroe's through for.
Oh, he's got a bad exit.
Yeah, but he was clever. He
Through
stopped
7th
on the
position.
apex. He's held Beresford up on the apex. He's actually helped Richards out of anyone. Oh, as he moves over, that was a bit naughty, Beresford. But someone locks up. Ben Willis
Always
has
got to leave
retired.
a car's width. Can't go squeezing people out.
For literally 6 cars battling over this one place.
This is action though.
A little bit of action
Mostly
here. So David Judd, 2.5 second lead over Robert Beeson, looking good. For at the very, well, possibly at the very well, second place. He's got a 5.5 second gap over James Johnson.
Ayala is loving this in 6th position. He's just pulling away with them all scrapping over 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th.
Oh,
Oh,
Ferris
it's
with
such Monroe!
And Richards has taken them both.
Thank you very much, is it?
Matt Richards, king of the opportunistic. He's gone through about 6 places. He's just not actually made a proper overtake. He's just gone where people have gone off. Brilliant job from Matt Richards.
Travis is now getting on the action.
Oh, it's oh my word! It's, no, Travis is here! Oh!
Travis has been collected as well.
Travis has not got a strong win.
Travis is around. Warren managed to avoid him.
Oh, what about Oh, he's escaped before Wicks
Travis
managed
has
to
retired.
get there.
So unfortunate there for Travis. Absolutely nothing he could do. Matt Richards.
Oh, and
Tolborg, Jesper Tolborg up to 11th position.
Matt Richardson, 15th, almost took out his teammate Hackerson.
Looks like he's got a rear puncture.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, he has, left rear.
rear left.
So Matt Richards off to make a second. We told you to be optimistic. You don't go and bin it in a wall.
That's my style.
Commentator's curse has already affected it. Sorry.
But after that, the pack for that 6th position has
Split up now. It's boring.
Yeah. But it's now Oyala in 6th and Troughton in 5th that are probably the closest on track at the moment that I can find.
Richards is retiring. He's hit the pit wall trying to retire. Oh. So that's now 27 runners and riders left.
Actually, it's still a battle going on for 8th, 9th and 10th with Gomez, Monroe and Joseph. With Tolberg in 11th, not that far behind.
Monroe having a look at Gomez for 8th place. He doesn't make a move into there, but Gomez is not going to have the best run out of that corner. Will Monroe trying to do everything into this fast left-right chicane. But I don't think Monroe's got the best top speed. He seems to get in the draft and just not get anywhere. But nevertheless, he's looking quick as there's a yellow flag up ahead. What's happened? That's a B&B car. Back up again.
Simon Smith lost a front
He
wing.
loses the front wing on the exit of the chicane at the start of S3.
I love that kid. Oh, Smithy.
Yeah, I think
It's
he's older
Smithy.
than all of us.
Tolborg is still running 11th and he's catching up to Paul Joseph in 10th position. So if he's right
caught up to
back
back
from
frame.
Joseph in the bottom corner. So if he's got his wing set properly, he should be able to be right on the back of Joseph by his first corner.
And Joseph has got to try to overtake Gomez, so... And Joseph do anything. Into turn 1, he tries, but... To no avail, all he does, Gomez does a bit of fight some work, so thank you very much for that, up into the top. Then... Jalo and Trojan, who actually battling over 5th and 6th place. Trojan still up there, but it's 6th, he's been overtaken, but it's happy and trading happy in 5th place.
It feels if close out.
Joseph Tolberg, 9th and 10th.
Close to that is Tolberg things.
And Warren is back of Gomez in the corner time I expect Wixie. We didn't need to get points. Wixie had torrid ties
Don't
in the
curse it,
ITT.
Parker. Don't curse it.
Too late, it's already been said.
It's against war now, isn't he? Oh,
You're a bad man.
I'm a very bad fan of Tolberg and Paul Joseph. We're going to be ding dong for that previous corner, but nevertheless, Joseph's still ahead in 9th place ahead of Tolberg. Monroe not too far from even Tolberg's got an excellent run out of that corner. Look, he's going to go inside into first 2 right-handers. Sealed.
Now Tolborg can go on the march for 8th position, attack Monroe.
Still got 4 laps left. What happened?
And Ben Warren's right on the back of Gomez now. And he's down about the exit of final corner for 11th and 12th position. Get a run into turn 1.
Ben exit out that final corner, so I expect Warren to be at the very least trying to get at the inside room.
Not close to the first move.
Right. Richard retires all the way after that unfortunate incident.
5th and 6th, Montrose and Tommy Oyala very close in the 3rd second.
Warren's going for it inside of Gomez and Warren's a bit thick. So already got 11th position. Gomez.
Then race came at 27 before the end of the race.
Yellow's 5th from Schroeter. Don't know what happened to Schroeter. He just seemed to pull over to one side and then through. Oh, he went off on the right kick. That's well, yeah, right through.
That's right, yeah, of course, it's about 4 seconds ahead, so he's got about 3 seconds lap. You never know.
Not in good position. Joseph doesn't seem to have dropped off the back of trouble as quickly as I'd expected. No, it's there, actually. But it looks as though Joseph might actually come back at all.
We've also got news that we have no camera control right now.
Gomez is lovely. Gomez is lovely, it's okay.
It is pretty hard. Good.
Yeah, this is the probably touching about 75% of the skins this year, so shout out to him.
It's busy. 75% is a bit of an underestimation.
Well,
yeah.
The caps and finals.
All of Australia lights tonight, but yeah.
I guess it's because start with that, maybe.
Yeah, shout out to him. Absolutely stunning official skins, most skins probably hit all the time, help from hit, so shout out to you, don't get a beautiful.
6th and 7th, Mike Schroeter and Scott Rose very close about to catch right up, and now Hal Schroeter in the first sector.
Coming into the end of that sector as we speak, and go. And Rowan not too far behind as well, so see a couple of hours before the end of the races. I think we are back. I think we're back for sure. But welcome back. All good fun.
He's back to 10th position.
There is still decent points in 10th position. It's the try and make sure he doesn't spin again.
Unfortunate. So I'm just going to do mistakes this time. But
There's been 17 big ones.
big mistakes, yeah. As recently, it's actually closing here now, slowly but surely. I think it's enough time to do it in the last 2 laps of the race, but it is slowly but surely cutting that down. James Johnson is also cutting it down. He was 4 seconds behind, he's now in 2, so James Johnson's really pushing it. If we go to Tom,
In 19th position.
No points possibly this time, but obviously second place isn't a bad start to your GPVWC career though.
Fastest jump as Holmes is, I don't think he's going to get 15th. Ian McLaughlin sitting in 16th, position off points, but
he's 13 seconds off.
he's quite a way off.
Toyka, so I think that's going to happen within 2 laps unless Toyka
He's running wide.
He's
After his game on McLaughlin, but hopefully he can keep hold of that. He's running wide though.
No, I don't know the stroke at all, but I'll close to each other 6 and 8.
does that point now?
Well, I win.
The better Tom one.
Yay!
That's the few guys going around with their rain lights on. That was a bit bizarre.
It's impressive to see this actually happen. Thanks.
There's been a few technical issues.
Yeah.
Hopefully
Cameron's
they'll be
stuck
resolved
on
quickly.
that'd be good for when he wins the race.
Yeah, at least we got to put that on camera.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a spin ahead of us. Who is that? Oh, someone's gone round. I'm sorry if you can't hear us. I heard that the call.
Unrose going on the outside for 6th. He's got it done. Matthew Williams finally gets out the way as he's being lapped.
I'm up to 6th place, and now Schroeter up top. Scared Tolberg, we will be in a minute. I've heard that a bit, yeah, technically, because I'm not sure if you can hear us, but if you can, cracking action for the last couple of laps. As we are on the final lap of the race, David Jones. Absolutely stunning job, doesn't make a single mistake this race, and is on his way to a well-deserved victory from beating by his teammate for THR.
You've got Monroe for 6th, Schroeter, Tolborg, and Joseph all catching up quite quickly to Vandenbroek in the back brigade car, so that should be interesting.
Oh,
great traffic.
Nothing like a bit of traffic on the last lap. And Vandenbroek very sensibly gets out of the way. Very sensible, very good.
Yep, brilliant driving there from Vandenbroek.
So,
And Paul Joseph get back at pole ball for 8th place.
I think if he's given it another couple of laps, I think Mr. Johnson would have caught reasonably. He's only a second and a half off, but that's not enough laps, and I've heard that the sound's a bit better, so happy days. David Judd coming through to the last sector of the race now.
Scott Schroeton on the outside.
Yep, Tolberg on the outside. Can Joseph get a run on Schroeton to take 8th position?
No, he's just been cut off by Schroeton.
But Joseph Schroeton's going to have another go at Tolberg.
Get all of them in tears.
Oh, he does!
Yes, both of them! And Paul Joseph both positions.
Oh, Schroeton's alright. Beresford might have to run as well, but we ignore that because Mr. David Judd round the final corner. David Judd wins the second race of the season. Well done, Mr. David Judd. His teammate Robert Wiesenmuller in second place. James Johnson only a second behind in the end. So Johnson really was highly under pressure. David, that's naughty. Shouldn't be doing that after the finish line.
And Scott Beresford's got round Schroeton for 8th position on the final lap. With Schroeton in front wing after that incident.
Fantastic job there. So Nichols in 4th place, Ajala 5th. Munro 6th, Joseph 7th after the dramas of the last lap. Beresford 8th, Schroeton 9th.
Jesper Tolborg hung on to 13th position, so still got some points despite the incident.
Brilliant. Let's go with the job in 7th place. Wixie scored points, woo! 11th place. Ben Warren in 12th, Krulberg down to 13th after that last lap. Incident, Ben Haxton in 4th, and Team Twicker scores the last point of their day in 15th. Adler just coming around the final corner now. So, that's the final this race this time round, boys. I think we had about only 26 finishes. Simon Smith the last finishers. Simracing TV has left the game. I'm not sure if you can still hear us. If you can. Oh, it's all good. It's all good. All good.
Just the cameras that have gone. We don't need them anymore.
Don't need cameras. Who needs them? David Judd won the race. Happy days. Just wait for Simon Smith to come round. The last couple of callers to finish the action for today. We will obviously get some people to interview for two very good races today. Have you had any particular highlights from the drive today?
I'm just astounded that it's been a 1-2 finish both races for 2 different teams. THR proving yet again in another series that they have the speed to win and challenge for the championship, and Tanscannon in race 1, almost faultless drive from both drivers.
Actually, I'm just looking at the results. I think THR and Tanscannon are on equal points. Well,
your maths works quickly, man.
No, I'm just looking at first, second, and third. You have Johnson, Holmes, and Wiesenmuller. So that's Tanscannon, THR, and then you got in race 2 THR, Tanscannon.
But they did score points in the first race. I think
Yes,
THR may have
that may be the difference.
Slight. I think it's going to be literally a 3-point lead.
Interesting. I don't know whether you guys have read the chat, but I don't think David Junt has it all his own way with that second race.
Yes, I did say he will be a naughty boy.
Yeah, it seems as though penalty might be heading his way.
Yes, because it is in the rules that no wrecking after the race is finished because it's still an official session.
So THR may have lost out on the lead of the championship because of that. We'll have to wait and see.
Remember, Holmes is under investigation as well, so... Yeah.
We're going to end up being a grid penalty for Junt for the next race, so he'll keep his points from this one, but it'll be a bit of a setback. Possibly. Not quite sure.
Top 3 of each race.
We're going to have 4 people. The interviews.
That's alright. Well, Jen, I know he's around. I remember he won the first. Oh, yeah. Johnson, Holmes, and Wiesenmuller. We are top 3 for the first race. Second race, you had David Junt. It was second, I can't remember. Wiesenmuller and James Johnson. And, I believe, we have Mr. Johnson with us now. So, James, first place in the first race. A fantastic achievement. And, obviously, third place in the second one, too. How was that for you?
I think that went pretty well. The first race I was just taking it easy at the start, and then John somehow said he was going through the gears too fast, and they just lost it. So we just took lead and then just carried on from there. That was pretty much it to race 1. Race 2, I just got shuffled out the pack into turn 1, and then it was just working my way through like hell for leather, trying to get back up.
That's cool. I think if you're in championship actually after the first round. So how does that feel? Not a bad
That sounds
start.
great. Yeah, not a bad start.
Obviously as well, Tanskinen have had a good race as well. So obviously you two are both quick at pre-season. So has it been a case of just trying really hard, or just making it all work on the day?
We'd put a lot of effort into doing what we have at the moment. You kind of forgot to put yourself on the race too, so that was kind of fun for me.
Might explain why I was so slow. Damn. But still,
Yeah.
good job from you both. Have you boys got any questions for?
I have one. James, you took part in Formula Challenge, I believe, in the end of last season. How does the car feel from 2013 to 2014?
There's a lot less understeer on the front end because it was very pointy and it just got you didn't have enough turning, it would just go straight on. This year's is much better. You can actually get the car to turn in how I want it, which makes it easier for me, and I think it's probably a lot better for most people on the grid. But last year's car was ridiculously understeering for me.
And what about the possible battle ahead for the rest of the season with THR? Is that something you're looking forward to?
Oh yeah, former THR's going up against them.
Team orders, they're not banned, but don't do it. Naughty. Anyway, so well done, James, for your achievements today. Obviously, I think where were you on the grid? You didn't have the best qualifying as well. So how was that going into the first race? I think you're about 5th or 6th, maybe. No. Yeah. Okay. Right, Mr. Jump, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Lovely. Brilliant race too. Obviously, you won the race. First race didn't go so well though. You saw that spin towards the end of the race. I think it was the second to last lap. But how was that for you?
Oh well, yeah, I was surprised by my pace because I tried the motor servo, temperature were higher, pace wasn't like it would be in race order, so I suddenly found, okay, I'm good for P10 that I'm aiming for, starting fourth. Yeah, I think better than expected. Just packed again, but yeah, well. And into the race, I don't know, I clipped with tapes and then I spotted maybe too much acceleration. It happens. Then I had to gain all the places back, get at least to top 15 region. I made that. I was on the verge of going for, I think, 9th place, and I kind of switched with Mitchell's check there, and then, yeah, well, we touched. It spun me, and I had to finish 13th. But I think after the spin on the second turn, it's kind of a thing with me, second turn in Championship Open. I mean, in 2011 Super Cup, I blew my engine by downshifting at the same turn there, and I was spun, but at least I managed to finish that race.
Yeah, and obviously we got to race 2. That was a bit simple, wasn't it?
Yeah, I have to admit, I feel that I'm just taking these reverse grid things and I'm thinking, oh, well, I should be doing better, but I just did what I had to do. I passed guys as fast as I could, even though I had a bit of rubbing and scratching with Ben Hackison and Mr. Gomez. And then, well, I was just chasing Mike down, and when I got the opportunity, I made a good pass on the outside, and after that, I just had to make sure I'm doing good pace, so Rob and JJ wouldn't get too close, so I could take this first, nothing, it's even the second Formula 1 win after winning in 2012 for Tactical Express Motorsports at Grid Deep, I think, yeah.
So, job for you, Sam. To go sort of THR, I think you figured out you're actually leading the championship after the first round. So, how does that feel? Not a bad start to the season, THR.
I guess so. I was quite sure before the race, and now we're looking quite good. Hopefully we can keep going like this and share some more wins between us and make our team happy.
That's the best thing to do. Well done, David, for your well, first race wasn't so great, but obviously that wasn't all your fault. And second race, obviously, fantastic. Well done, David. Mr. Holmes, not to Mr. Holmes next. So, how was your first race in GPVWC? Oh, would it be entertaining?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad actually. I enjoyed the first race. Got a good start. got in front of Jesper, more or less before the first corner, managed to overtake him. And then I just managed to sort of hold my ground with James behind me. And then halfway through the race, somehow I've got no idea how downshifting, the car decided to half spin. But luckily it managed to save it from spinning completely, and I lost 2 seconds, and James took the lead. And then we just held it from there really. I couldn't catch James up, he was too fast for me. But I managed to hold a gap to Robert behind me, so second in the first race, which was good.
Then once you got to the second race, all went a bit pear-shaped.
The second race, I went to get a drink. I went to the toilet, as everyone does, and I forgot to load my setup for the second race. So started the race. We got on the grid, and I was like, "No, I forgot to load my setup." That was that. So I did the second race on default setup. I got caught in some carnage in the first lap. I had to take Adam Oscar out, which I'm sorry for that, Adam. There was nowhere I could go. But after a few laps, I was running 1:39, so I was a bit slower than the first race, but that was the fastest I could go on the setup I had, so I enjoyed it really.
Safe to say that you are not the only person in the world to have forgotten to load the setup for a race.
Yeah.
So it's nothing to be ashamed of.
No. Qualifying obviously went a bit hectic for you as well, so we saw you going out a couple of times as well. Was there qualifying not as good as you expected for you, or?
The first couple of laps, well, the first lap I did was a 36.9, which was way off my pace. I slowly brought it together, and I had an incident with Jack Nichols. I did return to the pits, so I don't know what's going to happen there. But then after that, I managed to run, I think it was a 36.0 for second place, which is completely fine. I don't mind being on the front row. That's perfect.
Good start. And obviously, looking to the season ahead, how do you feel for, obviously you've got THR against you with Tansfield Racing yourself, and obviously you must have title aspirations. How do you think it's going to pan out for the season?
Well, hopefully if me and James can work together like we did in the first race, we might be able to get a few more 1-2s, hopefully. And second race, well, if I load my setup, then we'll have to see what happens.
Obviously, yeah. Any questions from Tom or Cam?
Not that I can think of.
You put us on the spot, we're no good at this, remember.
Go away then. Don't need to. I don't. Okay, thank you, Jonathan Holmes. Good start to your GPVWC career. Hopefully to see more of you in the future. And finally, Robert Wiesenmuller for THR. Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yeah.
Fantastic. I'm not losing packet Boston. Hooray! How's that for you then? Obviously, 2 podiums, good start to the season. Qualifying was a bit lower down than we thought, but you made it work in the race.
Yeah, I think overall it was really good. A bit more than I expected, to be honest. Qualifying, I surely could have set a better time, but made a few small mistakes, and a few cars that went back onto the track ahead of me, slowed me down a bit, and 7th place is still decent. And I think I was quite lucky in the first race that there was so many incidents ahead of me, spun cars and so on, and I could just drive through, and I had to defend really, really hard at the beginning of the first race against Lewis. And it was a good battle, and eventually I came out on top, and yeah, I brought home the 3rd place.
So obviously, what did I say? Good start for THR as well. What are your personal aims for the season? Obviously, you're saying yourself you were expected to be this high up in the race. Do you see yourself maybe challenging for a title, maybe helping THR towards their title aspirations?
I think the Drivers' Championship will be really, really tough to achieve. Because in this round, I mean, I got 2 podiums, which is really good, but I could also see it from the ultimate pace that I have at the moment. I'm a little bit behind the Tuscan racing guys. And before the season, I said I want to achieve top 5 overall in the Drivers' Championship. And of course, if we can win the team championship, that would be really good.
So I think you're second in place at the moment, so it's not a bad start if you want to get top 5. You're second place. I think James Johnson leads by a couple of points, obviously we both had 2 podiums, but nevertheless, great start for you and THR. Well done. Has Tom Cam got any questions?
Yes, you got 3rd in race 1, 2nd in race 2. Can we see a win next time out in Malaysia?
I think Malaysia, that's not my favorite track. I would be really surprised if I win, maybe in the reverse grid race or so, but probably not in the
could
first.
rain.
Yeah, the weather might mix a few things up and might go your way. So, can count that out.
I've never really driven in full rain conditions. I've done a few races last season when it started to rain, like in Monaco and Spa, but I've never driven in full race conditions, also not in pre-season practice or so, so I need to work a little bit to get.
It's easy.
the
It's loads
range
of fun. Don't worry. It's brilliant fun. You'll find it. It'll be absolutely. It'll be a piece of cake.
Majority of your caliber, you'll be fine, Robert. Anyway, I believe there's no any more questions. I think that is it for your lot. Obviously, we'd like to apologise for all of the sound issues and camera issues we had today. Obviously, new season, it's still breaking ourselves in. But thank you very much for sticking with us. This has been GPVWC Simracing 2014 for Formula Challenge. I've been Tom Parker. I've had the lovely pleasure of Thomas Jacobs.
Thank you very much. Hopefully see you next time out.
The lovely Cameron Brewster.
Thanks for joining us, guys. It's been a pleasure.
And Lewis Redshaw, the ever-present cameraman.
Night all.
So, it's been GPVWC. Have a good night.